Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Nils Christian Roscher-Nielsen. That's a long and unpronounceable Norwegian name. I'm sorry about that. You can call me Nils. I am here today to talk a little bit about our specific efforts, both on a business and on a technical side in the automotive industry. But before I do that, let me start to say a few words about myself. I have been working with Qt for around about the past 10 years. I've been an employee of the Qt company, of Trolltech, of Nokia, of Digia, working exclusively with Qt for more than 7 years. Many different companies, but it's always been the same product. It's always been the same technology, and that has been very important to me. I'm based in Oslo, in Norway. That's one of our biggest offices for Qt, but we have many more. Also now in Korea, which we are very grateful for. So thank you for that, Bernie. I've been working technically in the beginning, and then gradually transitioned more and more into the business side of Qt stuff, working in sales as a sales engineer. But today I'm a product manager. I am focusing on the automotive industry in our product management team, together with some of my other colleagues, Tuka here, that we'll be talking a little bit later, and a couple of others. Okay, so this is roughly the content of what I will be talking about today. I will be looking a little bit about how we see some of the trends in the automotive industry and what we are doing to meet those trends and what we are doing to enable you guys to deliver great products, to deliver great solutions in this space. We want you to be successful with your automotive software, with your automotive solutions, with your products. And we know that software is an important part of that, and that's what we are focusing on. But before I get started, so how many of you are working in the automotive industry? I'm working now with Qt in the automotive industry. Are any of you working with the automotive industry currently? Okay, not so many, a couple. How many of you are already working with Qt? Are you familiar with Qt? Okay, so we've got a lot to learn today. That's very interesting. One of the things that we are looking at is not just the software that you need to run in your cars, but what is it that's happening in the automotive industry? How is this industry changing? I think that this is probably one of the industries that are undergoing the most transition, the fastest transition today. And the reason why people are buying cars, why young people today choose to buy or choose not to buy a vehicle, are very different from what they were a couple of years ago. So a lot of new consumers, they don't necessarily even want to buy a car. They might want to rent cars or be part of car collectives where they can carpool, and these changes change how we need to look at the content we put into those cars. And I think another part of this is what are we looking for when we're buying a car? It's not just the engine size and the space for luggage or the number of people you can fit in the car, but it's completely other things. More than half of consumers say that the number one most important feature when they're looking to buy a car is the entertainment systems and the software in the car, etc. So there's a number of different things that play a role here. Digital lifestyle is very important. Kids, young people like myself, we are expecting to have all of the services that we're familiar with available in a car. I want to have my streaming music service available in the car. I want to have up-to-date connected maps, etc. All of these features. That's a digital lifestyle. But ecology is becoming important. How do we see the world? How do we see ourselves in the world? I want to reflect an image of myself as a responsible person. My girlfriend and I, we're currently talking about buying a new car, and she has said she wants an electric car or a chargeable plug-in hybrid electrical car. And that's important to her, not because she knows much about engines or because she cares about what kind of technology, but being environmentally conscious, being responsible for the footprint we leave in the world. These things are important to young people today and will affect the choices of what cars they're going to buy, and potentially what software they choose to purchase, etc. So this transcends the whole life cycle. The technology, the economics, as I said in the beginning, we have been looking at not necessarily buying a new car, but maybe being part of a car collective so that we can share cars with others, because we don't need a car every day. And these things are very important. And as sharing is a growing trend in some countries, I think the technology is going to push that forwards. With things like autonomous driving is on the rise. We're seeing more and more cars that are getting smarter. They can drive themselves. Tesla, just a few weeks ago, actually pushed out now their first software version with autonomous driving in the US. That's going to come to Europe as well pretty soon too. Now, you still need to have a driver in that car, but it's driving itself. The next step is when you don't need a driver in the car, then you don't need to have a parking space because the car can drive off and park itself somewhere else. Then this transition into not owning your own car at all is very small when you can just have a car come pick you up, drive it where you need to be, and then the car drives off on its own again afterwards. So these questions of economy and technology will affect what people want to buy. So it really changes what we're looking for. Another thing is big data and the amount of data that cars both create and that consumers create when they're part of this ecosystem. And that's important to us as device creators. We need to understand and we need to leverage all of that data that is being created. And we maybe need to find better and different economic models to get return on investment from these vehicles. So maybe not the sales price of the car is what we're looking for, but maybe it's completely other metrics. Maybe it's big data, maybe it's rental, maybe it's other things, maybe it's the services that are part of the car infotainment system, the dashboard, and all of this is what we need to be looking for our revenue model. So there's tremendous change going on, and we are looking at this with fresh eyes and saying, okay, we want to provide a framework that allows you to deal with all of these challenges. But then again, we also ask the question, what are the changes that you are seeing? And we want to be in a conversation with you around how you perceive this and what we can do to help you leverage those changes. On the technical side, things are changing extremely fast as well. So you have all of these new elements in the car that weren't there 10 to 15 years ago. Massively complex entertainment systems. There are so many new elements where software is important, and I know Tuka will talk a little bit about that later. But this is a challenge also from a regulatory point of view. So you have the NHTSA in the US. They have very strict requirements on how do you use software in a car. And that is a challenge because if we want to have great software in the car, that very easily takes all the attention of the driver. And the driver looks only at his navigation system, or he looks only at his entertainment system. And that's not going to be allowed in the US. But if we make too boring a system, people will bring in their tablets or their phones instead of using the in-vehicle system. And then the automakers lose out on being connected with the user. Then it's a more dangerous system and we don't get to generate the data. We don't get to understand what the user, what the driver is doing while he's in the car. So being able to balance these things against each other is extremely important as we're moving into the future. And there's all of the technical challenges around this with boot time, with reliability, etc. And that's some of the things we're definitely looking forward and challenging with the new Qt development. And as Lars was saying, we're moving more and more into lower end embedded devices, and this is one of the driving factors of that, of course. Okay, so in Qt, we have the technology to enable you to create the user experiences that you want. Qt does not limit your activities. It provides you the leverage you need to realize whatever dreams you have. And we are really trying to see what is it that we can bring to the automotive industry. Touch, voice, handwriting, virtual, augmented reality, multiple screens, different hardware configurations. All of these are new challenges that are present in the automotive industry that we have solutions for. Lars was also talking a little bit earlier about open source, and that's very important to us. And I think that ecosystem is very important in the growing automotive space. And another key factor that I want to highlight, Lars also mentioned this, but why is Qt relevant and why is Qt great in the automotive industry? Independence is a very important factor here. We are an independent company. We are providing a technical solution that is equally available to all parties. And this is not just relevant for the automotive industry, it's relevant for a number of different industries. But I think in automotive, it's especially important. It means that you can create devices, you can create solutions without being tied into your competitors, without being forced to generate revenue for your competitor or for other software vendors that are competing with what you're doing. So the independent aspect is important for a number of reasons. And I'll also get a little bit back to that. And another thing, why I think Qt is great in the automotive industry and why it makes so much sense to use Qt as the foundation for software in the automotive industry is that we are not an automotive company. And that's important because we work with the automotive industry. We get a lot of feedback from this industry, but we also talk to other industries. We know what's happening in industries that are moving a lot faster. So automotive industry has traditionally been a very conservative industry. Technology moves slowly. Innovations are being implemented slowly. Whereas when we are working with mobile and tablets and entertainment, things go extremely fast. So we have learned to balance the speed of innovation across different sectors. We know how we can make sure that the innovations we're doing are both fast, but at the same time, they are safe, they are secure, they are reliable. And this is very, very important. So there's a huge number of what I think is great reasons for Qt to be a part of the automotive industry. And that is why we are releasing now the Qt Automotive Suite as a separate and new product. And this guy isn't driving a car. So that's kind of symbolistic of we're not an automotive company, but we are racing down the street to catch up with the automotive industry, but we're small. We're nimble. We can really easily navigate through all the different problems, through all the traffic that all the cars are causing, and move much faster than the automotive industry in some areas. Maybe it would have been better to have a picture of a car, but I really don't think that that's the only part of the automotive industry today, because developing software and developing solutions transcends the vehicle as we know it, and we're prepared to make Qt Automotive Suite available and to make software and to enable you guys to kind of move beyond what the traditional concept of a vehicle is and take you into the future. Go the next step and figure out where do consumers want to be, where does the industry want to be in the next decade from now. Okay, so we believe very strongly in not doing everything ourselves. So that's why we are working together with you. That's why we're working together with partners and bringing this product out as a unified effort. Qt Automotive Suite provides a number of different things. Of course, it provides the stunning user experiences of Qt and all of the features of Qt, but it's optimized for the automotive industry. We want to leverage the existing work that have been done by a lot of the automotive companies and make them better. We're working with things like the Geneva Alliance and AGL, and I'll get a little bit back to that, to provide a definition of what one automotive platform could be. But there's obviously a number of answers to that question. The automotive grade Linux workgroup is making a distribution based on Linux, obviously, that we are a heavy part of. So there's a number of these third-party ecosystems that tie in. That enables us to have support for a large amount of software, a large amount of platforms, hardware, and configurations. Lars was talking about HTML5 earlier, and that's obviously also important. So we see that HTML5 is this mythical UI that everybody talks about and everybody thinks is great and everybody wants to use. But one of the problems with HTML5 is that it's not very performant, especially on embedded devices. And HTML5 is just a language for writing a UI. It doesn't show it. So you need a web engine of some sort. You need something to display that in the car or on the PC that you're using, etc. So how do we get there? You need to buy something from Access or from Opera or something. And that can just as well be Qt, because we are working with all of these companies. So having that third-party application support, supporting HTML5 applications, C++ applications, is very, very important. And we strongly believe that high-quality content is important. So just because you have access to HTML5 apps doesn't mean that all of the HTML5 apps out there are going to bring any value to your platform. You need to have high-quality content created for your platform. So, looking a little bit about what we're trying to achieve. There are more than 100 million lines of code in a modern vehicle today. And that's a huge amount. And we want you to be able to leverage that rather than being suffocated by it. It's a huge challenge to manage this kind of beast of a source code. But it's very important to understand that this is a positive challenge. This is a challenge that can bring all of the industry, but all of the consumers, something great. So we want to provide flexibility to innovate. So there's an explosion in software happening in both the automotive industry and others. And we want to take that as the starting point and see where does that bring us? What good can we get out of that? And that gives us the flexibility to innovate. Lars was talking about over-the-air update, all of the different features of Qt. All of this is allowing you to very quickly and very easily make new innovations, make new products, and deliver new ideas to the market quickly. Faster development cycles is something extremely important. We have been working with companies and they have year-long development cycles. From they start a new project until it's released in the market, it takes several years. But today, software is moving so fast and the whole ecosystem is moving so fast that in this traditional slow model, your initially very, very good idea is already outdated by the time you get to market. So we need to work together to be able to accelerate the development cycle, to bring it from years to months, to be able to say that we can get software reliably tested, we know that it's going to work, and bring it to the market much, much quicker than in traditional automotive development models. We need to manage the complexity of this, of course. We can't just bring all of this software out in the market without knowing how it's going to work and how it's going to work together, because that's another part of this. Each of the software components might work very well on their own, but they need to work together. And that's why we bring out the Qt Automotive Suite as a coherent product. We want to get all of these components together to make sure that they're tested together, that they're validated, not just individually, but together as a working whole, so that we can manage the complexity of these systems. 100 million lines of code is not something to take lightly, but we have ways of testing that. And then I think one of the main important points here is that we need to enable all software developers to be part of this. And that's one of the things that we are truly changing with Qt, is that embedded development or mobile development or development towards a specific industry vertical is no longer compartmentalized. It's no longer completely different things. All of this can be encompassed by Qt development. So we enable the same developers, all developers, to participate in your projects, to accelerate your development cycle. And this is very, very important. All of the new students that go out of university, they have the tools to use Qt efficiently. And once you can use Qt, you can use it for all of these industries because it's fundamentally the same technology, even though we are making a lot of different features and a lot of different value for different industries. But being able to leverage a larger ecosystem of developers will reduce costs. It will increase time to, or shorten time to market, and increase the revenue on these projects. And that is very, very important for us. So what is it that we're bringing out? How are we doing this? We have Qt Automotive Suite. It is consisting of a couple of different elements that are different. Some are different and some are the same as the regular Qt offering. So first of all, it is open governance, and that is very important. I'll get a little bit back to that. But it's being developed under the open governance model of Qt, just like the rest of Qt. And it's a collaboration between a number of different companies. So currently what we're bringing out now with Qt Automotive Suite is a collaboration between ourselves, the Qt company, KDAB, which is another Qt consultancy and product company, and Pelagicor, which is a Qt-based automotive company. So we're bringing features, knowledge, technology from all of these companies together in a package available for sale. And we are working with standardization bodies, Genevi, AGL, etc., W3C, to harmonize on standard automotive APIs. So W3C are currently working on the new automotive APIs, and we will implement all of those and have them fully supported once that's standardized. But that's still in work in progress, so it's not completely finished yet. And I don't know what is most important, but very importantly as well is that we're also bringing out a new business model around this, which is slightly different from the regular Qt application development or Qt for device creation business model. So that's something that's going to change how we work together and how easily you can adopt Qt. So I don't have all the details of that for a plenary session, but just please come talk to us if you're interested in knowing more about the details of the business model. Talk to Bernie, for example, talk to myself or Tony, who's also here somewhere. And we'll inform you more about that. So, okay, starting to look a little bit then about the different components. Can you see this also in the back? It's a little white and bright, so it's hard to see all the text, but I hope you can see this. So, Qt Automotive Suite is built around the regular Qt offering. So, as you can see in the middle there, the Qt toolkit, that's the same as when you're downloading Qt open source or Qt for device creation, and it will always be a part of, or Qt, the general Qt offering will always be part of Qt Automotive Suite. But we're bringing a number of additions in the package as well. So the Qt Automotive APIs, as I mentioned, are features, are APIs that we will implement and provide as a part of this package. Right, we are well underway with that, but the standardization is not fully completed yet, so we will wait for that. And then underneath the Qt toolkit, we're also integrating with a number of different platforms so that it's easy to get to market quickly. We're working together with Genevi and AGL to have working Linux distributions already pre-integrated with hardware that's relevant for the industry so that you can directly deploy to and ship with. And that's going to bring a huge amount of time saving and cost saving to these projects. QNX, for example, as well, is also a company and a platform that is very relevant in this industry. It's a real-time operating system, QNX, and we are working to integrate Qt fully there as well. So there's a number of different operating systems that we are porting to. We provide the middleware layer to have Qt running on them. And then we will build specific tools, SDKs, full documentation, etc., to work with all of these different components. Of course, support, just as with regular Qt, is a very fundamental part of this so that you have someone to talk to. Because we know that even though Qt is very well documented and extremely well written, some people, all people, have questions. And it's very nice to get support so that we can help you make the right choices quickly. We don't want you to be unsure, make the wrong choices, spend a couple of weeks trying something out that probably wasn't the best idea and then move back again. So talk to us. And to extend that, we also have a number of services around this. As we said, both Pelagic Core and KDAB are kind of service companies that we're working with. So both ourselves and the ecosystem around Qt Automotive Suite will be able to give you all the services you need to realize these projects very quickly. And then there's the application manager, for example, which is a very important part of this suite. So that's one application or one specific implementation that will be very beneficial. I'll have another slide about that a little bit later. Okay, so looking at the collaboration, I mentioned that it's being developed under the open governance model. And this is very important, and this is a big change compared to how the automotive industry usually does things. Now we're bringing software on an equal foot to the market. The OEMs, the tier ones, the tier twos in this industry have very traditionally developed everything close to their chest. They have hidden everything away, and it's very difficult to understand how to use things together. It's very difficult to leverage other people's innovation. But we are opening up how automotive software can be developed. So everything that we develop is available under our open governance model. It means that it is available as an open source version, and it is managed in a very good and reliable way. It means that all of the innovation that we are doing is available to all of the participants equally. It's not favoring anyone particularly, which will accelerate the development for all parties. The Qt project governance model is also a meritocratic model. It's a meritocracy, which is important. This is how we are developing Qt. It means that it's not done by a committee where the ones with the most money are right because they have the most money. It's a model where developers and technical people actually make the good technical choices. We have discussions around how it needs to be, and it's an open and transparent process so that you can also know why we've made certain choices. And that's very important, both to understand how the software has been developed, but also for the transparency. It's not a closed system where you don't know what's happening. It also means that it's cheaper and faster to get things certified and validated. So all of this is extremely important to be able to accelerate that development, as we've been talking about. And then I just wanted to mention a little bit about the application manager. Lars already mentioned that we're bringing out the Qt Compositor API that allows you to make a Wayland-based compositor. So in the Qt Automotive suite, we've already used this API and we are building a full application manager that you can leverage. And this is a multi-process modern application manager that allows you to really run all of your automotive grade software in this system. It's using OpenGL, so you get fully accelerated user experiences. It supports HTML5, so you can mix your native Qt code, your super nice Qt quick animations, and OpenGL and HTML5. And it's fully secure. It has a proper security model, and we have a lot more information about this if you're interested to know. But this really elevates Qt from just being kind of a UI framework to being a reliable automotive framework that is a fully fledged software platform. And I think this is one of the key elements of this business model, that we are able here to bring these innovations. There's other tools available as well. There's going to be a whole number of tools provided by ourselves and the other partners involved in the automotive suite, as well as support for things like QNX and the other OSs. I talked a little bit about the different parts of the ecosystem around this. Today, there's a number of different players in this field. There's a number of companies that are participating, and there's a number of both legislative bodies and standardization committees that have slightly different goals. So it is a very open playing field. There's a lot of things going on. And there's few kind of finished standards, few things that are completely done. But we are working heavily together with many of these ecosystems. So there's a number of questions you need to ask yourself. How do you want to develop your software? And there are things like Apple, they're putting out the Apple Car. Google has the Android Auto. And there's some easy solutions that will quickly bring you something. But then, as we talked about in the beginning, big data is becoming important. Knowledge of your ecosystem. Who owns the revenue chain of the software model? All of these things become important. And the key benefit of the Qt Automotive Suite is that you will still be in control of your software. You will be in control of your ecosystem. So whenever your users are renting music or viewing films or buying updated maps through that software system, through that infotainment system, that's an ecosystem that you control and where you are owning the revenue. Not Apple and not Google and not Facebook. And it's one of the parts to that is the revenue, but the other part is security and kind of direction. What's the incentive for Google to make Android Auto? Is it because they want to be an automotive company, or is it because they have another agenda? They have other objectives that might be not the same objectives as the automotive companies. So there is a conflict of interest between some of these participants. And I think it's important that we want to bring out an ecosystem to the automotive industry where our interest is in the best of your interest. But we're working together with some of these to make sure that Qt is a fully functional part of these ecosystems, as well as to guide the direction in a good way. So Genevi, we're a member of the Genevi Alliance. Qt is a part of the Genevi standard. So there's a number of cars already on the road today where the Genevi specification has been used to make the software, and where Qt is a part of that software stack. Bringing even more specific implementation to the market is AGL. So automotive grade Linux is building what they at least aim to be a Genevi compliant Linux distribution. So more than just a standardization or specification like Genevi, it's a fully implemented Linux distribution. And there's a number of players here as well. This is a couple of the names from the member list. It's available online. And we're working with these companies to really make sure that Qt is an important part of AGL. So every AGL distribution out there, the application development framework, the UI framework in these systems, that's Qt. And that's very important to us, both so that we can make sure we get the most innovation back into Qt and make Qt the best framework, but also to help all of these companies to bring their solutions quickly to the market. So there's next week, actually, in Japan, there's a working group meeting in Yokohama for AGL where we're going to contribute and make sure that we are really accelerating this. And then for CES, Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas in January, we're going to be showing the first AGL-based demos to the public. So that's something really exciting that we're looking forward to. And then the question I guess you are all asking now is, when can we get our hands on this? When can we really start using this? And we're working as hard as we can right now to make sure that the first software release goes out on schedule. We're planning to release before Christmas. So at the end of this year, we are pushing out the first version of this. This will be a technology preview. It's not version 1.0. It's not completely finalized. But we want to get your feedback on how it is, what we can do better, and how we can work together. And then our plan is that we can have products based on this finalized product ready for delivery by summer 2016. So we are really trying to be as fast as possible here. There will be an open source version available of the Automotive Suite. So much of this software will be available for everyone. You can play with it, you can start getting to know it, you can contribute with feedback, etc. But some of the tooling, unfortunately, will not be available in the open source version. And that's based on LGPL, GPL v3. Okay, so I think that's kind of concluding from me a little bit what is it that we want to do here. And in general, the message is very short and simple, that we want to make it cheaper and faster for you to make the products you need to make. This is focused on automotive, but it is really the same value proposition from all of Qt. We make it cheaper to develop these products. That's our goal, and that's the message. So just with that, I want to thank you for listening. Yeah. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Thank you. Perfect.